what's gonna happen? This whole episode is going to be teaching Nicole everything about Harry Potter.
I am here to accept the knowledge.
BVB Army, welcome back to our channel, BVB Army Hearts to Hearts. I am Ruth.
And I'm Nicole.
I'm excited for this episode. Can't you see how much excited I am?
Everyone needs to take a guess here. Just look at Ruth's background, see if anything's changed.
All right, BVB Army, we are here with a kind of a very just fun episode because as of right now, all of us are ready for the Bleeders tour to start out here. Music soon here from Blackville Brides, but hey, we just thought this could be a fun series on our channel. We're still working on the title of it. I thought of when fandoms collide.
I like that though, because if you think about it, it really is when you take something and you mash it with something else.
If anyone has been noticing on our social media platforms, Instagram and Twitter or X, we have been asking you guys, what houses do you think each guy from Blackville Bride would go into if they attended Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry? And I love your responses, and we are here to dive in and talk about it. And I mean, I'm okay. I guess the reason why we're starting with Harry Potter is because I've said this multiple times in many videos. I'm a Potterhead. Hi, if you can't know that. I am a huge Potterhead. Harry Potter was the very first fandom I joined way before Blackville Brides. It came out way before Blackville Brides. Literally, I have so much merch of Harry Potter, believe it or not. I know you can't see it on my background, but I do. Trust me, I do. It's bad, guys. It's bad. I have toothbrushes of Harry Potter. I have Uno cards. I have silly bands of Harry Potter. It's ridiculous how much stuff of Harry Potter I actually collected over the years and still have. Not in this house in particular, back home in Texas with my mom. But it's pretty crazy intense of how much Harry Potter stuff I have collected.
She is not lying. She did send me a photo of all the Harry Potter merch that were you going through stuff when you were visiting your mom?
My mom told me to kind of go through my old closet to
It's a lot.
To donate some stuff because I just had a lot of junk in there, and so I started looking, and I found the motherload of Harry Potter stuff. I can tell you so much, but I have so much. It's ridiculous.
It's the equivalent to the amount of BVB merch she has.
Yes. I don't know. This idea just kind of came up last week when honestly we were just talking to the last man and friend that we had on, Morgan, because she's also a big Potterhead, and the idea, I think it was starting as a joke, but then we just kind of let's make it. Let's do it.
Yeah, well, but there's been previous episodes too. If you guys haven't watched them or caught on yet, we have discussed before, mostly Ruth and a lot of other fans. She has stated several times what houses she thinks the guys are in. And so I mean, I feel like we've seen a lot of posts from people too online. So we finally just thought, why not?
And we just figured if this goes well, we can dive into other fandoms. We started with Harry Potter. The next fandom, which I'm going to be in a deer in the headlights, like Nicole is a deer in the headlights, because Nicole is aware of Harry Potter. She's just not informed like I am.
Definitely aware of Harry Potter. I never read the books. I've seen some of the movies. I'm not I just, to be honest, I could never really get into Harry Potter. It just wasn't my thing, surprisingly, because I do like witchy stuff and magic. But I think it will kind of make this episode a lot more funner because you do have someone who has the highest knowledge of Harry Potter, and then you're getting a total outsider's perspective.
Yes, I may have forced her to take the Pottermore quiz to figure out what house she in. So obviously, if you can't tell which house we're in, I mean, hello. I'm a Hufflepuff. Hello, I'm a Hufflepuff here. A proud, loyal, loyal, patient Hufflepuff here.
And I am a ambitious, sneaky, cunning Slytherin.
Not sneaky, but yes, you are a Slytherin.
Hey, I feel like snakes can be sneaky.
Which I feel like works out for anyone in the Potterhead realm. You know, the Hufflepuffs and Slytherins are supposed, they're best friends, okay? They are the BFFs of the Harry Potter realm. I don't know why. It just happened, and I was so happy when her results with Slytherin. I screamed with joy. Obviously, she had a big question mark on her forehead of why I was screaming in joy.
Well, okay, to be fair, although I have not seen like Harry Potter, I was kind of a little bit aware of the houses, mostly Slytherin, because all my life I've heard that Slytherins are evil. So when I took the quiz and I was a Slytherin, I was like, oh, am I evil? Am I mean?
No, which is false, which we will get into. Yes, a lot of non-Harry Potter heads who've seen the outside perspective of Harry Potter think Slytherin is evil. Not true, in which we will get into, okay?
Yes, it is a. I did read that that was a myth.
It's a myth. I blame Hollywood for it, okay? Let's just get into it because I'm excited to read all the results and everything. And we're going to do it like how we've been asking you on social media, down by down on the list. So we're going to start off with the Redeemer, Lonnie.
Oh, okay. Not what I was expecting.
Okay, so before we even see the results of what you guys, the BVB Army, voted for Lonnie's house, we're going to put our guesses in, and then we're going to see off what we have answered on Instagram and Twitter. And I know some of you guys made comments on Twitter, and we'll definitely read them off. So here we go. All right, for anyone who is not a Potterhead, I'm going to go down the houses and which each one stands for. So Gryffindor is the one with the lion, which if anyone Harry Potter fans or even outside perspective, that's where Ron, Harry, and Hermione are in. They are brave, daring, and chivalrous. Slytherin, which is, I guess you could say, the evil one, which is totally false, stands for cunning, smart, powerful, and ambitious. Then we have a Ravenclaw, which is intelligence, wit, wisdom, and learning. And then Hufflepuff, patient and loyal and creativity right there. So those are the four houses. I could more go into depth of it, but I'm not. But we asked you guys on Twitter what was Lonnie's house, and you know what? It was fun to read your comments, but before we get to it, let's see what we thought. So I know we kind of went over it on Lonnie's birthday episode and everything. He did state he is a Potterhead, even his wife, Rita, who is a Hufflepuff. Hi. Anyone who's watched Lonnie's vlog, he did stated that when he did take the Pottermore test, they gave him Ravenclaw. Now, here's the thing. Do we agree with that?
For me, Lonnie was a bit challenging because I had to pull up my notes here. Reading these houses, doing my research, I can see them fitting in every single one just because I feel that there are certain aspects out of each one that really does fit them. But I feel for Lonnie when it really, really comes down to it. And I feel like I am going to get so much hate for this, y'all. I am so sorry once again. Outsider's perspective, which is why I think this is kind of going to be entertaining. But is it bad that I also think that Lonnie is a Slytherin and not a Ravenclaw? Because I do believe that he is very ambitious driven and he is so focused on goals. And if you guys haven't checked out like the vlog that he has going on, I mean, he's just a very stand-up guy. So I feel Slytherin fits him the most.
I can see that. I do see that. But after hearing his results of him as a Ravenclaw and just for one, Lonnie does a lot on his time off with YouTube and Patreon and everything. Like, it's not easy editing. It's not. Sometimes it's very time consuming, which we can vouch for. But it's hard because I went back and forth between Ravenclaw and Hufflepuff because I can see him as a Hufflepuff because he's such a sweet, loving guy and everything. Like we've both met him, we've known his personality, he's been on our show, but also just knowing what he does and how much he loves to learn too of every instrument out there. I'm like, I can see a Ravenclaw too for him. So I'm just going to give what Pottermore said. Ravenclaw is my vote. I voted for Ravenclaw. So
yeah, I was torn between that one. I won't lie. I won't lie.
But here are the results that we got from you guys, the BVB Army. So on Instagram was 59 of you said he was 59% of you said he was a Hufflepuff. On Twitter, you guys said 62% was a Hufflepuff. So both Hufflepuffs in Twitter and Instagram. Some of you did comment on our Twitter. So we have one says he's Andy's designated Hufflepuff though through and through.
That's
and then
cute.
Total Hufflepuff, 100% Hufflepuff. Easy answer. He's a sweetheart but stands up for his friends. He also got an amazing health. I'm assuming. I don't know. Obviously Hufflepuff. Lonnie's the real Hufflepuff. He's one of us. Hufflepuff. And then we got one Lonnie Stan saying here, I see everyone saying Hufflepuff. And I can see why, but I believe he's a Ravenclaw through and through, and I agree with you, Ravenclaw.
So mine's a very unpopular opinion.
I mean, everyone has their votes, and you're going from an outsider perspective. But I agree with the Ace. He was on our show, and he mentioned that he's a Lonnie stan. So I agree with you, Ace. I believe Lonnie's a Ravenclaw, but everyone else agrees that he's a Hufflepuff, which I can see. So
I was about to say, I see both. I see, yours and Ace's and all the other fans. Like, but that's the thing. Every single house I see for everyone. That's why I'm like, this is hard.
it was just very interesting to see everyone's else perspective when it came to it. I'm glad there are Potterheads out there in the army. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And out of curiosity, was there anyone that is also maybe not a Harry Potter head that just voted anyway?
Oh, I'm sure there is. There has to be. Come on, guys. Come on. Don't let Nicole feel alone here.
I know.
The majority of the army said, Lonnie Eagleton, you are a Hufflepuff.
Ding, 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 ding. Hufflepuff,
Welcome
which I can
to
see.
Hufflepuff.
Welcome to the Hufflepuff Club with
All
Ruth.
right. I feel like the next one, Jinx, is very easy to figure out which house he's in. I'm going to state it. Out of all the four houses, and I know we discussed this with Jinx's Wikipedia, Anna, long time ago. He is definitely a Ravenclaw. I'm sorry. I just can't see him as anything else. Jinx is a Ravenclaw. Intelligent with wisdom and learning. Like Jinx, I don't even know how big his brain is really, but he has so many smarts in his brain. Not only when it comes to music, like music is key and everything, but like he just goes for these like a lot of these projects that he's still learning. He has these intelligence that I'm like, sir, I'm too afraid to talk to you because I don't want to feel stupid when I talk in front of you. So, but I can only see him as a Ravenclaw. I'm sorry, I can't see him as anything else.
So I 100% agree with you on that. I also added Jinx into the Ravenclaw house. It's the intelligence and he's also so observing too. And out of all the houses, that's the one that he fits in the most.
I can definitely see him rocking the blue and silver robe and stuff. I can definitely see him teaching in Hogwarts. I'm not gonna lie. I can definitely see him like almost like Professor Snape, honestly. If you know who Professor Snape is, I'm sorry.
Nope.
Okay. Well, for those who know now, here's a picture of Alan Rickman. Rest in peace, Professor Snape. Oh my God, Nicole, you're killing my soul here. I'm sorry.
Is he the guy that had like the black hair? Okay, so I know the actor. I didn't know his name, like his character.
Let's just say we go back in the Potter universe. I can see Jinx and Professor Snape hanging out. I can. I think the army was on our side when it came to Jinx because Instagram, Twitter, 60% of the fans said Ravenclaw, hands down. Like barely anyone voted for any other house. Both 60% on Instagram and Twitter said Ravenclaw. He is a hardcore Ravenclaw. No questions asked.
We're all in agreement.
So we have announced Jinx, Ravenclaw. Moving on to Jake. So this one, I was very interested to see which one he would be in because I feel like I've asked the army what house Jake would be in from time to time, and it always switches. So I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna ask again and see which one they think. And I'm curious to see which one you think.
I think that Jake would be a Gryffindor because of he's very experience oriented. He's like a passionate, playful, he's funny, and he's prone to also living in the moment. That just screams Jake. And also for I on here it says bravery, and I'm probably gonna butcher this word, chivalry. Chivalry.
Chivalry.
But I see that as Jake personally, and I can't lie, just the color red. I don't know why that just screams Jake to me. But everything about, doing the research, everything about that house, I feel that is where Jake would be. And I feel like if he were to at all be a mythical creature, he would be a griffin.
I can see that. I can see, which is funny because Gryffindor, the animal for their logo is actually like a lion, not a griffin.
What? It's not like.
No, look it up. Look it up. Yeah, look at the house. Look at the house crescent of Gryffindor. It's not a griffin. It's a lion.
Yeah, you're right.
I know, it's weird, huh?
That confuses me. Okay. Maybe they didn't do a Griffin because it'd be too close to the Ravenclaw.
Maybe. I don't know, actually. I probably do know if I did my homework, but I'm not going to do it right now. I will have to agree with Nicole. I voted for Jake as Gryffindor just because he is very daring, shivery. He's brave. And I just feel like he just has a lot of wit to do a lot of stuff on his Twitch streams. I mean, Jake, to be fair, you do put yourself in situations in the Twitch streams to do a show of like dressing up as a certain character, eating a certain thing, waxing your leg or something. Like you do certain things to put yourself in that, but you are brave to do that, sir. Thank you for your entertainment. And I almost feel like, and this is just me, Gryffindors always, I always feel like challenge themselves.
Yeah.
And Jake for sure does. I mean, he produced the remastered album and stuff. He's helping with the new music and everything. And he's on other side projects too. So that's just me.
Yeah, he's always willing to take something one step further.
Yes. But the fans, when it came to Jake, also Instagram and Twitter, Instagram 45 of the fans said Gryffindor. Same with Twitter. 48% said Gryffindor too, which is crazy because I've asked this question multiple times, and the two houses that they always go back and forth is a Hufflepuff and Gryffindor, and I'm like, I don't understand. I can see why Hufflepuff because he's goofy, he's patient and stuff, but I'm like, you guys always switch back and forth. So like, I was kind of happy that the final answer was Gryffindor.
Yeah, I can't really see Jake as a Hufflepuff. Now, I know I did say that I could see the guys in every house, but as I said, it's certain aspects. So I can't see him as a full Hufflepuff, but I can see him like as like a small percentage.
I'm just saying, Jake, Gryffindor, fourth book, fourth movie, Goblet of Fire, Triwizard Tournament. I could totally see you rocking and battling out a dragon. Just saying.
Oh yeah. Him with a sword and a shield. I can so see that. I don't know why, but he wouldn't have armor on. He would just have the knight helmet and that's it. Besides his sword and shield. I can't see him wearing the full armor. Are you okay? Oh no. Roos broken.
Yeah, you broke me too hard.
Oh my god, okay. I was like, she's like, I see the smile, but it's just air. There's nothing coming out.
You know, Nicole, you have not seen Harry Potter. The fact that when I said dragon and your mind went to armory makes me laugh so hard because Goblet of Fire, they don't wear armory. It's just like a jersey type deal. And at least for Harry, he has his broomstick. Everyone else is armory. There's no swords or a shield and stuff with the dragon.
Well, I mean, okay. I guess it makes sense because he has his wand. He's got his little magic wand. He doesn't need a sword and shield.
The wand. That's the shield and stuff. It's the wand.
But it makes sense. Magic. I mean, come on.
The wands are different because the wand has to choose the wizard. The wizard doesn't choose the wand because if the wizard tries to force it, the wand is like has its own soul. It doesn't respawn back. That's okay.
Back on track here.
Cece. I feel like Cece was such an easy one to guess which house he in. I mean, come on. Cece, I'm sorry. I've said this to you multiple times. I actually don't know if you've actually seen the movie, but you are a Hufflepuff, hands down. Hufflepuff.
Yeah, I am 100% in agreement with you, Hufflepuff. And I would like to point out that the main reason, because I mean, you have only said he was a Hufflepuff like so many times, and I mean, it's one of those things I was just like, I'm just gonna believe what she says. But even after doing the research, I mean, I think one of the things that really made me put Cece in the Hufflepuff house was when I read that they're very compassionate and good-hearted. And I think after our talk with Cece, especially like with him, how much he loves animals, I'm like, dude, he's so a Hufflepuff.
If Cece was going to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter and Hogwarts, he would be teaching what Hagrid taught to the care of magical creatures. 100%. Cece would go crazy over a unicorn. Cece would go crazy over Buckbeak. Cece would go crazy over, I don't know. No, Cece does not like spiders, so Aragon will not work, but he would do every other animal, mythical creature, so.
Anything that has 4 legs.
I can totally see Cece having a joy and stuff with Buckbeak, the hippogriffin stuff, unicorn, Fluffy, 3 headed. Oh my God,
That especially this, what is it? A Cerebus? Is that what it's called? I think I could be saying it
I don't
wrong,
know. I just
dude.
know Fluffy because, yeah, just play a little bit of music and he falls right to sleep. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have said that. Shouldn't have said that. Just think of Fluffy with Cece in a nice room playing or snuggling. Aww.
And he, all the animals, like you would even be able to see Cece. The animals would be all on top of him.
I can see Cece going on Buckbeak and flying in the air, screaming as hard as he can, just having fun. Cece, you're hands down Hufflepuff. There's no doubt about it. And the army also agrees. Instagram said 57% said Hufflepuff, and Twitter said 32% said Hufflepuff too.
Okay, so Hufflepuff did beat both. Okay. That's good. That's good because I can't see Cece as anything else.
I can't see him as a Ravenclaw. I can't see him as a Gryffindor. I mean, yeah, Cece takes the risk and stuff. I get it, but like, is or Slytherin, I just can't. Like Cece, if anyone has a debate on the other, if Cece is in the other house, please leave it below and let's see if you're a debate. We can have a debate, but I cannot see him as anything else but a Hufflepuff. I just can't. I can't. So Hufflepuff. So last up, of course, is Andy. I have no idea if Andy actually I think he's aware of Harry Potter because remember Brian Stars in the interview and he asked if you what house you were Hufflepuff or whatever.
Hogwarts.
Yeah. What if I went to Hogwarts? Hufflepuff or Hufflepuff? I forgot what he said.
I do remember that episode though. I know exactly what you're talking
I
about.
know that episode with Brian Stars and like Warp Tour eras. Auntie. Okay. This one was hard because it was on a debate with two houses for me. And I eliminated Ravenclaw and Gryffindor and had Slytherin and Hufflepuff for him. The more I dived into it, knowing who he is as a person and knowing the qualities of each of the Hufflepuff and Slytherin house, I voted for Slytherin. Okay, hear me out. I blame Hollywood. Yes, Hollywood has said, oh, Slytherin are just evil and malicious and stuff. False. Yes. Does Slytherin have Tom Riddle, who turned out to be the most worst wizard ever? Yes, he dead though. Yes, there was Draco Malfoy. Yes, there was Lucius Malfoy. Yes, there was Bellatrix. Even Dolores Umbridge was a Slytherin. That made total sense. Gosh, she was such a. But I understand there was a lot of bad people in Slytherin houses, but doesn't mean they were also good. Okay, Slytherin, yes, they have the bad reputation, but it does not mean it. They're also good people in Slytherin. You're good.
Sorry. I couldn't hold it in.
Slytherins are smart, powerful, ambitious, and cunning and stuff. And I understand why some people might see that, but after really thinking about it, Andy, yes, he has intelligence from Ravenclaw, which I 100% agree, but he has so many projects. I think it's the ambitious because he wanted to be a rock star no matter what at a young age. He wanted to be a musician. He wanted to spread his word since at the age, I want to say high school, maybe middle school years, at a young age, basically. And obviously he had his parents' support and he was going to do whatever it take to make that happen into reality. And oh, he did. Ambitious. And here he is continuing doing all these other side projects to make whatever he wants to come true come a reality. Ambitious. So I see him as a Slytherin.
That's actually really interesting. I did not expect you to say that. I honestly thought you were maybe going to say like Ravenclaw or Hufflepuff. So I won't lie, my answer's a bit different.
Okay.
I actually believe that Andy would be a Ravenclaw. Yes, the intelligence, but it's also the creativeness and he's very witty too.
Yes.
He so is. And I don't know, I think because of like, the wit, the creativity, and the intelligence that he has, and he's also a very like independent person. And I feel like when I look at Andy and just, meeting him, seeing him when he plays his shows and watching interviews, to me, it just screams Ravenclaw. I feel like all the research I've done, everything about it just screams. I don't even know. It just, yeah, Ravenclaw. He's a very like intellectual person. He also is very fond of learning and everything too. And I mean, I do see like the ambition part when it comes to Slytherin, but I don't know. I just feel like Ravenclaw beats that out in a way.
Which is interesting to look at because the votes on Instagram and Twitter, they both said on Instagram, the fans said 46% of them said Slytherin, 43% of them on Twitter said Slytherin too.
Oh my God. I did not actually expect that. I did want to also say too, Andy's a planner, and I feel like Ravenclaws always plan ahead, and that's why I can also see him in there because of that's why I meant when I seen his shows, he plans everything out.
Which is true. And some of the comments on Twitter said, aesthetically, he's a Slytherin, but personally screams Hufflepuff. One said, Slitherpuff, combine a Hufflepuff and a Slytherin together.
Hufflepuff, once again, I see percentages, but I think when it comes to Hufflepuff, I mostly see that when it comes to, once again, just being good-hearted and I guess hardworking and loyal.
I can see that. I think it's the loyalty too and the patience too. I
And the
know
compassion, of course.
I think the first time I asked the army about these houses, like during COVID years, actually, I even asked Chris Biersack, what house do you think your son Andy's in? He said Hufflepuff.
I mean, to be fair, Chris knows his son better. So maybe he is a Hufflepuff, but
I can't, like, okay, here's the thing with Andy. I feel like Andy is a part of every single Hogwarts house because he has the intelligence and wit in Ravenclaw. He has the loyalty and patience from Hufflepuff, the ambition from a Slytherin, and the nerve and chivalry from Gryffindor. But, like I can see all these parts from all the houses to Andy. God, Andy, if you're going to Hogwarts house, like Sorting Hat is going to be a very hard time to putting you in a house. But I'm still going with my answer as a Slytherin because, like, I know Hollywood says, "Oh, Slytherin's evil." No, it's not evil. I just think of more of the ambition because I feel like that's a lot of his personality is his ambition. But I do see other qualities like the wit, obviously, so and the learning.
And that's why I see, I understand your point of view from the Slytherin perspective with the ambition, for sure. Really shocked that the fans voted Slytherin. I can't lie, I thought they were gonna vote Hufflepuff on that.
So on Instagram, only 5% voted for Hufflepuff on Instagram. On Twitter for Andy, 24% voted for Hufflepuff. Is 2% only voted for Ravenclaw on Twitter for Andy.
Oh my God, but I see him as a Ravenclaw. I think this is like the really fun perspective that we get from all these fans is we all, if you think about it, every single one of us looks at these guys and we see them differently. There are certain things about them that stand out to us, and it's those certain things that stand out to us of which we're then putting them in those houses, specific houses, I should say. But I did want to actually say, when you were like, oh, the Sorting Hat is going to have a hard time with Andy, I have this feeling what would end up happening is the hat would just combust and it would literally create a whole new house combining every single one. That's exactly what would happen, and Andy would be the only one in that house of 4. I can just see it. He would break the hat.
Andy, if you ever get a chance to watch this silly episode, I want to know. I mean, first of all, I want to know if you've ever read or seen any of the Harry Potter movies and stuff. Like, I know it's wizardry and potions and stuff. I don't know if that's your cup of tea because I know you like Batman and like more thrillering and stuff and everything, which I understand completely. But I'm actually genuinely curious if you've ever seen or read any of the movies, and if so, what house do you think you're in? Because you know what? I should ask you that next VIP, honestly, if I remember.
You should ask all of them.
I'm going to forget.
Even if they don't know, be like, just pick one. Just pick a house, whatever stands out. I think out of all of these, some I was expecting, but the Andy one shocked me the most with fans saying Slytherin.
I was just curious to say, because like it goes back and forth. Like the very first time I asked during COVID year was they said Hufflepuff, and then it was just going back and forth, back and forth. But I do know, though. I do know. Wait. Actually, never mind. I think I do know Andy has seen the Harry Potter movies because his wife, Lizar, is a Gryffindor. Okay.
She's a Gryffindor?
She's a Gryffindor. She's a Gryffindor. She's a proud Gryffindor.
I thought she was a Slytherin.
She's a Gryffindor.
Okay, to be fair, I only thought that because, slippery dippery long movers, aka snakes, and she loves snakes.
I can see that I can, but like long time ago on her Instagram, they went to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, and I think
yes, I saw the photos. To the Wizarding World,
and so she's wearing like a Gryffindor shirt, and she's like she captioned, I have to dig through the internet here, proud Gryffindor, and I'm like, Hell yeah. Andy, come on. I need to know. I know your wife is a Gryffindor. That means Slytherin, great. Okay, cool. But if you have a different house, I would like to know any reasons why. Those are the fun results for each guy at the houses. Please, for those of us who are watching or listening, if you think differently, let us know in the comments which house you think they should be in and stuff. But we just did this for fun just because we were just curious. So
Was there one that shocked you the most out of all the guys?
Lonnie, to be fair, because here I was thinking, since he announced on his vlogs, like he got Ravenclaw from the Pottermore quiz, everyone was like gonna assume Ravenclaw, but everyone said Hufflepuff. So I'm like, I can see him as that, but
It is what it is.
it is what it is. I know that his wife, Lonnie's wife, is a Hufflepuff. Andy's wife is a Gryffindor. I don't know the others. I don't know Cece's wife. I don't know Jinx's wife. If I have to guess for Cece's wife, Alex, no, let me think on this one now.
Oh God. Okay.
I'm stuck between Gryffindor and Hufflepuff for Cece's wife, Alex. Not only because she's also a goofball as Cece and she loves him to death. They have very similar interests, but I feel like she's just like a little rascal in a good way, Alex. Hi, Alex. In a good way, Alex. You play pranks on Cece. You're with him for his crazy lifestyle and everything. You also have the endurance and the chivalry and daring brave aspect for you in your own side project. So I want to say Cece's wife, Alex, is a Gryffindor.
I see that. Part of me wanted to say Slytherin just because of her ambitious goals that I know that she has. If I'm like, I hope I'm not wrong on this. Doesn't she's working hard towards like this, is it a makeup, like a cosmetic?
She has a little cosmetic.
I know that it's something that she's working on and that she's very proud of, but seeing like the pranks that she does do with Cece and everything, I can definitely see her being more Gryffindor because she is more playful and funny.
And plus she has to tolerate Cece's goofiness.
Exactly.
Jinx's wife, Alice. See, I don't know much about her though. I really just don't.
I would say Slytherin because she is very driven, determined, and she is focused on goals. I know she's an I want to say that she's an actress. Hold on.
Yeah. I just don't know much about her, unfortunately. So I can't really pinpoint besides what I've outside appearance. So
what I've seen on her Instagram, she's a dancer, she does musical theater, she's an actor, she's a singer, she's an artist, and she's an adventurer. That's definitely why I can see her as a Slytherin. She's so focused on goals and she's driven. It sounds like she keeps her mind dead set on all the things that she wants to do.
So Slytherin. I could see that. I didn't know she did all of that stuff. That's pretty awesome though.
Yeah, that's I know. I was like, hold on. I was like, I want to make sure I didn't just like imagine that I saw that on her Instagram.
And on top of that, she's also a mom, a mother.
Exactly. And that you can't be more driven than that.
Jake's partner, Corey. So this one's hard because I know his partner, Corey, is very into cosplay and everything. They are very determined and they're very talented from what I've seen on social media.
I say Hufflepuff.
Really?
Yeah, I say Hufflepuff because Corey is a very bubbly person, just given their personality. But it is hard because I could see them as a Gryffindor just due to the playfulness.
I see them as a Slytherin.
Whoa, not what I expected.
I don't know why, because Jake has definitely expressed this a lot on his Twitch streams that Corey was kind of playing on the idea with the cosplay of, I forgot what cosplay they do, a certain character. I can't remember.
Oh, from the anime?
What anime is like Dobby?
Yeah, I always call it Dobby, but I know it's wrong.
I forgot which anime they cosplay a certain character a lot. Like that's their go-to, and they do a phenomenal job at it and everything. But I do remember Jake stating like they were kind of uncertain, like kind of playing around with the cosplay, and then Jake just told them, just go for it. I think it's amazing. And they did. They started out, they took a risk, and it paid off because they're going to a lot of conventions. They have a name for themselves. Their cosplay of that certain character, which I can't remember the name of the life of me, is phenomenal.
Sure it's Dobby.
And I know they do other cosplays too, besides that other character. But
don't they specialize in that main one though?
They do. and they are so skilled at it. And I want to say it's the most powerful. They're smart, they're ambitious too on that, because they keep going at the cosplay. And I don't know what other side projects they have for themselves, but I can see them as a Slytherin.
I think I'm more stuck between Slytherin or Gryffindor, to be honest.
I can see Gryffindor too for Corey. I can, but I don't know. My gut is going towards Slytherin for them.
But that's fair, though.
For shits and giggles, Chris Biersack.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I gotta bring this back up.
Papa Chris, BVB dad. What house is he in? Is it bad for me? I want to see him as a Ravenclaw because he has so much wit and intelligence and wisdom.
Is it bad that I can see him as a Gryffindor?
Really?
Yeah, just because he's honest, he's practical, he's blunt. And I mean, Chris doesn't take himself seriously, you know?
That's fair. I didn't think about that. I could see Gryffindor. I don't know why. I can also see him as Ravenclaw. See, Chris, you're also like Andy. You can go to another house.
Yes, thank you.
Amy Biersack.
Oh my God, now I gotta bring No, well, okay. I feel like it's a little hard with Amy since we don't know much about her. I've actually only seen one interview that she's ever done.
I want to say Hufflepuff because she's so sweet. She's patient. She's loyal.
I was about to say the same thing.
So Andy and Chris are just in their own house with all of the other combined into one. I don't even know what name to give it. And then everyone else has their own.
Let's just mash up all the names. Comment what you guys think Chris is. Obviously, Chris, you should comment what you believe house you're in.
And have you seen or read any of the Harry Potter books and movies? I want to know. And which one has been your favorite? Thank you.
Dude, I can't lie. I feel like Chris definitely has that, man. Chris, you should be okay. You guys know, what are they called? Like food, critics. I feel like, like critics. I feel like Chris would be so damn good at that because I feel like that man could like watch a movie and he could do head to toe critic detail of it, of like why it's good or why it's bad.
Chris,
not just movies, but like everything.
I want to know your favorite Harry Potter book / movie. I just want to know because I just need to know. BVB Army. Today's fan shout out actually goes to someone who I came across on TikTok. I believe their name is Brandon Crow. You guys have maybe some of you guys have seen his TikTok video where he went to like a karaoke bar and chose the song New Year's Day by Black Veil Brides and sang it. And I watched the video. I'm not gonna lie, kind of sound pretty identical to Andy. I'm not gonna lie. Pretty good on you, sir. Pretty good voice. I think it's a phenomenal job you did. And fan shout out goes to you because clearly you're a BVB fan and you came to the karaoke bar kind of in your own war paint too. So that was kind of fun to see that. So fan shout out goes to you. And please bring more karaoke to the please bring more BVB songs to karaoke. We need to hear it.
Yes. Also, love the fact that you're bringing BVB and Crow together. Love it.
All right, BVB Army, we know this video was just for fun and goofiness, but hey, if you liked it, tell us what other fandoms should we dive in, because Nicole was on deer in the headlights with this, and obviously for people who don't know, Pokemon is a very huge thing for her. So if we need to do a Pokemon to figure out which guy and what type, there's so much about Pokemon I don't know. So Nicole will take the reins on that if we want to dive into Pokemon or other fandoms of which guy is this and that in fandoms. Let us know.
Please. I feel like this whole fandom thing, what you said, fandom colliding is absolutely fun to do. But I mean, of course, we want to do things that like a lot of you guys are fans of too. Like, I mean, if no one's a fan of Pokemon, that's okay. I can do it on my own.
There's so many fans who are a fan of Pokemon. Or here's a fun one that I throw to Nicole. If we could give an iconic horror movie character to each guy, which one would it be?
Yes. And then I also threw one to Ruth. If you could see any of the guys, or if you could see the guys in any Studio Ghibli movie, which Studio Ghibli movie do you think they would be in?
Andy, Howl's Moving Castle.
Hands down. Hands down. No one can tell us no on that. He's Howl.
Howl is Andy. Andy is Howl.
It was meant to be because Hal is Blackbirds. I mean, come on.
All right, BVB Army, thank you so much for watching. There will be a new episode next week. We are counting down until the tour starts here in North America. We know that BVB is going to go to Mexico, then South America here soon, so we cannot wait to see their set list over there. I'm sure they're going to go all out.
I already know that they're gonna play Mexico. They're gonna give them songs that we didn't get to hear live like last time, like The Vengeance.
I know, but who's to say? And who knows? I'm sure Blackfoot Brides is cooking up something for us here soon. Merch, music video, song. No idea, but we're ready for it.
We need it now. We crave it, BBB.
We crave it. We will see you guys soon in the next video. Goodbye, my Potterheads. Goodbye, my BVB Army. Goodbye.